Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is George Uman and I'm your friendly neighborhood anime and manga fan. I love all things anime and all things manga, and I'm here today to talk about Hunter x Hunter chapter 402. So honestly, I thought this week's chapter was great. I know I heard a lot of people criticizing it for, calling it a quote-unquote yap fest, but to those people I want to say, honestly, I think that you guys are missing the point, because I think that this chapter did a really good job at setting up what's to come in the Succession War arc, as well as, everybody scheming and all the plotting and everything and all the plot threads, connecting to each other, and just the ramifications of everything that's going to go forward are, in my opinion, really well done in Togashi's, mindset. And I think that I'm very excited to see where the story goes from here. Now, before I go any further with this week's chapter, I just want to give you guys a quick reminder to make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you guys can be up to date with all my anime and manga, as well as all my Hunter x Hunter content that I'll be providing in this channel. It really helps out a lot, and I would really appreciate it if you guys could subscribe to my YouTube channel. So if you guys could, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Now, with all that out of the way, let's get into this week's chapter. So this week's chapter starts out where we see pretty much two of the princesses kind of colliding, scheming with each other. They're confirming about what's going on with Kurapika's plan, about the princesses, and they're confirming everything surrounding them. And we see that it's the prince, I believe his name is Zhang, and Princess Tolbepa, one of the princes. You see they were kind of like working together. It was like, hey, let's work together, let's eliminate everybody. And you see also that, Zhang, his main goal is to take down Hulkenberg. I think that's his name. One of the other princesses, which there had been like a conflict between these two from many chapters ago, where you see like some of the tension building up between these two, specifically Zhang being like, I want to take that guy down for sure. And we see also that he has like a new drug, or like a drug that was never put in the market, that will be able to silently kill him, because it's like airbent. Like the second he gets airborne in closed space, the person will die within half a day, because it's gonna like destroy its internal organs and all that. It sounds very painful. But we see that Zhang is, he carries that thing, man. Like, he's prepared for anything to get this throne, and this is like some Game of Thrones stuff. My man is gonna assassinate him no matter no matter whatever thing he has to do. He really hates Walkenberg, so that's the big takeaway between that. And you see also, after they're discussing like how they're gonna go about the Succession War, we see that we also caught up with Serenich, which is the GOAT. Like, this dude is like, has been set up to be arguably one of the strongest people in the verse. Like, this dude has 2 Nen Beasts, and we see that his ability to see into the future has been 10 seconds now. So that's insane. Like, my man's gonna be broken, and I know that eventually he will, collide with Kurapika, and I'm very scared to see how that plays out for Kurapika, because right now this dude is a menace, and he sees even his trainers and stuff is like, dude, this guy did a half a year's worth of training in a day. That's insane. Like, as a new Nen user, especially the way that he's able to use Setsu and his 2 Nen Beasts, like, it's unraveled. Like, it's insane, in all things considered. So it was really cool seeing Serenich, and you see that he's pretty much just, keep training. He's like, okay, I'm gonna keep going and going, because I want to see my full potential. So Togashi's cooking with him. He's definitely setting it up, so Serenich might be a final, villain towards the end of the Succession War, at least in my opinion. And then from there on, the chapters kind of, we get more details regarding one of the other princesses, which is, or the Princess Fujitsu. It's the one with that lost her sister, and like in chapter 400, where she gets all those bugs that, like, the aura, if you guys remember from like 2 years ago, I do, because it was the last chapter I reviewed back then. But we see that, they're talking about how her Nen ability of opening doors has been pretty much able to do it anytime now. But the Melody and the one that's protecting her as well, they talk about like, well, I mean, like, well, why is that she's able to do this now? Like, why is she able to do it like all of a sudden now? And because you see it's like a bite, like something like bit her in the back, and they started theorizing like maybe it's because her Nen ability has kind of been going recklessly. It's not so much that she can do it as much as she wants now with no repercussions. It's more like they're taking a toll on her, and you see that all these like like insects are following her around, and eventually we see one of the guys, the guy in the public borough, whatever, the guy with the business outfit. He's like, hey, I'm gonna working with you, Melody, because I do not want Prince Benjamin to win this, because my man is a tyrannical ruler. Like, he's terrible. As long as he doesn't win, like, I don't care. I'll work with you guys. I'm supposed to be impartial, but I don't care. Screw that. And we see that he's helping out Melody and them. They eventually get a meeting with Benjamin. They deliver a letter, because their play is to deliver a letter that one of the princesses that passed away when she wrote it. and you know they're trying to convince, like they're trying to get what's going on, like what's the, like what are they going to interpret it and see how they're, all the princesses are going to go about it, just to get a character of, you know, who might be behind like all the killings and all that. And I think that's what the scene was. And we see pretty much that, you know, Benjamin is talking to his sister, one of the princesses, and you know she's like, oh yeah, whatever. And what the big takeaway is that dude is just a tyrannical monster and he cannot be on the throne. And we see that, like I said, the public bureau guys, like this guy, he talked about like military issue, but now he made it like martial law. Like like this guy's out of here. We gotta get him out of here. And how with the chapter starts, you know, nearing towards end, we see that pretty much the chick, you know, she is, like I said, very consumed by all this Nen ability insect things everywhere. And we see that pretty much she goes to one of the other princesses, which is what's his name, Solaris, I think that's his name, the guy with the two buns over here. By the way, great hair. That thing looked cool. But we see that he's talking to him and he's just vibing, like my man is just getting high, like straight. My man is just huffing and puffing. And he's like, what's up? And we see that they're pretty much talking, and it's like, here's the letter. And the guy helps out the public bureau guy because he starts like being like, something's up about this letter. I don't understand, like, but something's wrong with it. Why would it make sense for, you know, her sister to write this, like, hey, screw Serenage? Because in the letter, the big takeaway in the letter is like, hey, whatever you guys do not let Serenage win, because this dude will, like, he's the most evil, vile person ever, so do not let him win at all. It would be like Patrick Bateman from freaking American Psycho winning. You do not want that. But what we see is that he's saying all of this, and the public bureau goes like, oh, I'll take that under consideration. That sounds like a good plan, guys. And it's like, bro, you're the one that, you know, analyzed the letter. You guys, you know what was going on. You just wanted to hear what they said back. And we see that after that, you know, the girl, they start realizing like all these, like, the bugs everywhere surrounding it. Early in the chapter, Prince Benjamin says like, yeah, they're apparently evil. She's been cursed, and these are spirits that just like consume her slowly. And she will not last another 10 days, I guess. So there's a little time limit in her. She might possibly pass away, ? And how the chapter ends, we see them leaving the office, you know, after talking to Prince Benjamin, and you see in the hallway they bump into Bashio. If you guys don't remember, he's the guy from the York New City arc that worked with Kurapika, the guy with the little like pompadour with the best, and he's like reading a fortune, and this fortune's like, it kind of gives her like some relief from the curses, like kind of, I don't remember, his net ability is kind of weird. It's like, you know, his poems and all that stuff, but he's able to like relieve her like pain and anxiety, I guess, from like the despair of the bugs hunting her, the curse. But Bushio is like, this will only be like a temporary measure. The rest is, you know, for you to overcome, he says to the chick. And how the chapter ends is pretty much where we see Melody talking to Kurapika, and she's like, hey, Kurapika, before you think about, you know, making an escape plan for all these princesses and getting them out of here, yeah, there's no way for that. We first gotta finish this war, because otherwise there's no way that the princess can escape unless this war is over. So pretty much it's like there's no escaping. Screw all the escape plans. Now you gotta just, you know, play Game of Thrones and just kind of, whoever wins this war will rule the Cocoon Empire. And I'm very interested to see what Camilla and, you know, what she's up to, because Camilla has been a big player, and she's one of the strongest forces in the Succession War, especially with her Nen ability, which is broken. But I'm very, you know, I'm very curious now where we're gonna see her show up again, and who will she try to fight? Because Serenage, my man is grinding. My man, whoever pulls up on Serenage, GG boys. Like, you guys are not stepping on that dude. And I'm wondering now, like, is he gonna be the Netero kid, the one that one of the princesses is the kid? We do know that he has an insane amount of Nen, and you know, Netero, my man carries them genes, so who knows? That's just a theory out there. I think Serenage, but I think at the same time it would be too obvious. But whatever you guys thought, let me know what you guys think about this week's chapter. Did you guys love it? Did you guys hate it? Did you guys thought it was alright? Whatever you guys thought, let me know in the comment section down below. Also, thank you so much for sticking all the way to the end of the video. I really appreciate it. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more Hunter x Hunter, as well as more anime and manga content in the near future. But yeah, with all that being said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye bye.